Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. In an age of rapid technological advancement and a globally interconnected workforce, the demands on employees are constantly evolving. St. Lucia, like many nations, is navigating this new landscape with debates emerging on whether the local workforce possesses the skills, mindset, and readiness needed to thrive. While some point to government led initiatives and available training as evidence of the forward thinking approach, others highlight a disconnect, citing a mismatch between available jobs and the skills of the labor pool, as well as challenges in work ethic and a reluctance to embrace new methodologies. So we asked, are St. Lucian workers prepared for the demands of the 21st century job market? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Saint Lucia is not ready for the job market. We don't have enough valuable workers in Saint Lucia. Workers want to come in, clock in a whole day, give you half of a day and get paid for a full day. We need a change of mindset. Even with the TVET schools, they need to start trying to change the mindsets of young Saint Lucians in the workplace, because they need to give you value for your money, and we're not getting value. I have a business and it's difficult to get employees. Not get employees, but get good employees that want to work instead of coming to work just to get paid.
So basically, we're not ready for the job market.
We're not ready for the job market, and in bringing in workers, I don't see anything wrong with it.
Ou ka wè kler dat ki gouvernement ka try me kon yo pe en place pou wè dat ki tout jen jan an l'école an tan pou vini ka yon opposition pou sa jwen an travay because yon yon l'État ka y pousse de. Mais le ou gade bien ou ka wè sa ki nou ni a bezan sa la, si nou bien gade nou wè nou ka employe on chay foreigners pou vin couvrir l'État nou an Saint Lucia. So nous voulons savoir qui ça qui besoin fait pour nous make sure nous ça bout ça. Because le gouvernement ni pour mettre en place les mamans élevés, ils savent en position pour pouvoir travailler en n'importe quel l'état.
They're ready for the work market, but they have people that's just lazy for them to work. They can work, but they just don't want to work. They just want to go and do things. People do everything for their money, and they don't want to work.
So now the shift has been made. I think the issue is how effective we are in the transfer of technical knowledge-based education and academic. And it seems to me when we study it that still academics seem to be what is prevalent, to follow the trends of what's happening on the job market. The question of technology, the question of intelligence-based job market. We see what's happening with AI, etc., etc. So I think that's what needs to happen, and happen quickly, otherwise we're going to get left behind.
And the beautiful thing about it is through the Ministry of Education, we are setting up the secondary school students with the technology to get ready for this era of transition into that type of environment. And again, as I've always told you, is for people to take advantage of it. The training is there, the costs is there. It's the first time in a long while where I see, as opposed to people saying, boy, I don't have a job, is the employers are saying, nobody's coming to me because I have jobs available and I have training available. And the government is doing everything in its power to make sure that we train people, we get them ready, we provide them with the IT equipment. All secondary schools right now in St. Lucia is equipped with the technology that will allow you to do distance training and everything you want. So I think we are ready. It's for us to take advantage of it.
I would say we are getting there, but we have a long ways to go, because looking at the way the way our country has been developing, it seems like there's more development in infrastructure than the workforce, because we are not on par with today's technologies, today's demands and the supply that we have on the workforce. We've heard the major companies complaining that they can't find a workforce. I would not say that they can't find, but they'll not be able to find the people who have been prepared to deal with the upcoming events and the way that the economy is structured. It does not cater much for the skills that we have. And there are so many reasons, unfortunately, mentioned why people should not be working in certain areas. But again, it falls back on those who prepare us.
Because I, for instance, is a contractor by profession, and it's difficult to get young men to work. It's a great problem. You understand? So I believe the government is trying its best to prepare us. They're trying a lot, putting different activities in place, different TVET schools and other programs in place for young people. At least we will get there, hopefully.
There are people in the diaspora, Saint Lucian diaspora, the whole Caribbean community, their brains have been drained from the Caribbean and overseas, and when they learn something and they come back to implement, to give back to the community, people in Saint Lucia would say to them, who are you to come and tell me what to do? The government does not give them an incentive to stay, to teach, to give us back what you want, what we gave you. We send you abroad to learn, to whatever, but they are not able to implement what they know, what they can teach. And that is the problem. That is why we have all these kids that are growing up, and when they leave school, there's absolutely nothing for them to do.
I noticed that there are some efforts being made. I noticed that TVET has become a major aspect when it comes to the education system. There is a workforce development center, so I hope that more can be done and to ensure that we keep up with the times when it comes to technical education and careers for our young people growing up.
Now to our new discussion. The St. Lucia Police Force, RSLPF, recently highlighted an encouraging trend in road safety statistics for the period from January to September 2025, a significant reduction in road fatalities compared to the previous year. This positive change, coupled with a decrease in overall vehicular collisions, 3,815 in 2025 compared to 4,161 in 2024, suggests that aggressive enforcement measures such as increased police patrols, traffic crackdowns, and the issuing of over 13,500 tickets may be yielding positive results. However, challenges persist as 60% of recorded fatalities occurred in the Castries area and 80% on long stretches of highway, indicating that high-risk driving behaviors remain prevalent despite the successful enforcement. So we ask, do you believe the current traffic safety strategies are effectively addressing the rate of road crashes in St. Lucia? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.